All right, friends, here we go. Elapsed time, Polaris elapsed time. In elapsed time, we are gonna go through our elapsed time word problems. This is in the geometry folder in Google Drive, and it is listed under a document called Elapsed Time. Our first problem in the elapsed time word problem document tells us that it is 3:05 p.m. 3:05 p.m. Milo ate lunch 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago. All right? 3 hours ago. What that is asking, ago. The key word here is ago. 3 hours ago. We're going to go backwards. 3:05, and we're going to go backwards. 1 hour, 2:05, 2 hours, 1:05, 3 hours, 12:05. What time did Milo eat lunch? Milo ate lunch at 12:05 p.m. Alright, let's look at the next problem on that chart. That next problem in that chart, word problem C2 in our elapsed time document, says it is 6:15 a.m. Lucas will leave for school in 1 hour. What this could be is simply an addition problem. 1 hour. We are going to add our place values, continue to add our place values, and that leads us to 7:15 a.m. It is 6:15 a.m. currently. Lucas will leave for school in 1 hour. What time will he leave? 1 hour. Added those together. That tells us that Lucas will leave at 7:15 a.m. All right, let's do one final problem from our elapsed time word problem document. Let's do C16. This problem tells us that it is currently 9:15 a.m. and says we left the park 8 hours ago. 8 hours ago. That seems like a really big number, but put into a subtraction problem, it's actually pretty straightforward and easy. So let's turn this into a subtraction problem. We left the park at 9:15. We left the park 8 hours ago. What time did we leave the park? Let's do our subtraction problem. 5 minus 0 is 5. 1 minus 0 is 1. 9 minus 8 is 1. That tells us, get this wrong up here. That tells us that we left the park at 1:15 p.m. We could also do this problem using a number line. And we're going to use that to transition into recording this. All right? You could write a number line starting at 12 a.m. and going all the way to 11 p.m. and use your number line to count either forwards or backwards for elapsed time. So let's go back to our problem C16. It is currently 9:15 p.m. We left the park 8 hours ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hours prior to 9:15 p.m. is 1:15 p.m. You look over here, I wrote out the equation, but also use the number line. And if you can see from up here, I've also gone ahead and written the equations next to the document. I even show you an example right here of if you printed out the elapsed time document and wanted to write the answers in here. Right? So you can always just write it straight in your notebook, or you could print it out. If you printed out the actual problems themselves, the cards, you can glue them into your notebook. I only printed out the final page of that document because I really like the way that this elapsed time set 2 worked, right? And so I'm gonna write all of my answers into here, but also right next to it, I'm gonna show my work. I wanna see how I'm getting that answer, okay? All right, friends, thank you for joining our elapsed time video lesson. As a reminder, the elapsed time document is in Google Drive, and it has C1 through C16 elapsed time word problems. We are asking you to complete all of those. You do not need to print out these problems. You can go straight into the drive if you have a device or a computer and just write the problems straight into your composition notebook. Like in this teacher composition notebook, you can just write the problems straight down. You can print out the answer sheet and fill them in that way, or you could print out the actual square problems themselves, cut them out, glue them in your notebook, and write the answers under it. All the follow-up ways that I just mentioned are acceptable, but the same thing we're asking for everyone is to complete C1 through C16. All right, thanks friends for joining this elapsed time video lesson, and good luck with the work.